Hey everyone, you'll have to mind the look here. I'm ever the worker bee today. My grandfather got a load of wood here last month, and I've been working on trying to split it up and everything, and it's been going really good, so that's why I'm rocking the look that I'm rocking today. And I've been spending an awful lot of time out there trying to get like anywhere from like 10 to 12, yeah, about 10 to 12 loads a day split, so it's a lot of fun. But anyway, the reason why I'm here is I wanted to introduce my new book, My True Heart. I already went through this in the last video, that this is the heart that's in the driveway going down to my grandparents' house, and it's naturally made heart. Nobody drew it out or anything. It's just there, so it's pretty awesome. It's still there. It's getting a little dilapidated and everything, but it's still there. So I took this when it was kind of like in its best form, and definitely awesome. This is the back of the book. And so yeah, it's 321 pages, and I'll get back to you on a price here as soon as I release it to the public, because it hasn't been released yet. I'm kind of going with my apologies right now, and I want to try to do more with that before I go and put forth trying to market this book, so we'll just wait and see. But this is set at a 14 font, which was perfect, and I wish that I would have done that with my my apologies, you know, the first time, and I wound up in the mess I went up with that. But you can see, you know, that the writing's very big. It's beautiful. My True Heart was originally titled Under the Light, and I thought, I really didn't care for that. And then I figured, you know, like with the picture and everything, that My True Heart really fits, so that's why that stuck. But as I had said, you know, in my last video, that technically this book wasn't supposed to exist, and My Apologies was going to be a book containing every piece, and then I kind of like backed off on it. So this is the light book. This has all my Christian, you know, songs and poems and everything, and then love songs and love poems, and then just various, you know, various pieces. And so yeah, that's really nice. I didn't do a dedication for my last book, seeing it was a darker book. I didn't do a dedication for it, but I actually dedicated My True Heart to my grandmother, Dorothy Logue, and of course, as always, and everything, also to my other main supporters, my grandfather and my mother and my great Aunt Ethel. And so yeah, but so that's pretty much that. Like I said, My Apologies was like 6 years in the making and everything, and then with My True Heart, it wasn't like that, you know. It's just like one of those things, like I said, that just came up. So it's definitely fun that way, though. It keeps life interesting. I wanted to do reading now. The thing with this, the way that it is like I said, there are an awful lot. I didn't even count. There are an awful lot of Christian songs in here, and I'm not even going to, no, I've got this running, I'm not going to try and count them right offhand. I wanted to read, though, because I know that he's probably going to watch this. I'm hopeful. I'm going to put him, I'm even going to tag him in it so that he does on the Facebook. There's a lot more dedications in this book than what there are in My Apologies. Obviously, with this being a lighter book, you know, the lighter pieces are the ones that are more dedicated. I mean, some of the ones that are, like, darker maybe are dedicated to somebody, but I didn't actually mark it in the book. But anyway, this is dedicated to my friend Art Travis III. And I want to say, hi, Art. You actually are the first person that bought a copy of My Apologies, you know, as opposed to my grandmother, whose family, which really doesn't count completely. So I want to thank you for that, buddy. You rock and everything. Art's like an older brother to me, and he's very smart and everything, and he's helped me out with an awful lot of stuff, and he's been a shoulder when I really needed somebody, you know. So I love it. We send well, I haven't been able to send an email here lately because I haven't had the money to be able to do it and everything, but we usually like send like CDs back and forth, burn CDs and different stuff. So it's awesome, you know. It's like some of my best friends are people I've never even met face to face before. So I mean, it's fun. But the poem and everything, and I actually mailed this to Art, you know, back in, this was written on January 13th of 2007, and I actually mailed this to him. Weight loss is a struggle. Weight loss is rough. But if you can make it, it's worth all the fuss. You'll feel better and look good as well, and your past image will no longer dwell. Keep your chin up, your head held high. I know you can make it, and that is no lie. So, I had to, like I said, I opened to that one, and it's, or really didn't open to that one, but it's a lot of fun. Another one here, of course, there's another weight loss one in here. Let's see. I have one that's even dedicated to Anne Frank because her story really, really moved me. Let me see here. Like I said, there's an awful lot of Christian pieces in here. Now we're going into the holiday stuff. I don't want to read a holiday piece. Let's see. What do we got here? A lot of lyrics. A lot of lyrics. I'm thinking about actually sending these out maybe to like record labels. I don't know. Maybe, you know, if anybody would be interested in the lyrics, I don't know. It's all the thought process. I didn't read this piece before, and it actually found its way into both books, but I think I'm going to read it this time. This poem's called Social Anxiety. I walk along this crowded path, my head is in a fog. I do not speak, nor outside shout for fear of being known. They shrug me off for my nothing self and hang me out to dry. And in my head I hear myself screaming, I'd be better if I died. Or it'd be better if I died. The snickers and the hushing voices whisper as I pass. I turn to no one and hang my head, hoping this too shall pass. My palms so sweaty, my eyes about to cry, though I know no tears will fall, for I am too far gone to try. My head it spins, my destination unknown, for it soon became forgotten when I stepped into this hell zone. Are all these filthy looks and glances really worth my time? I know only to keep walking and pass the monsters by, and I am in a moment where I am young again, falling into something that I hope I never will again. And now as I go to leave, I hear the snickers stop. They'll be waiting for me when again I need to shop. This happens in the store and on the crazy street. This happens in the church and when new people I shall meet. Doesn't matter if they're strangers, it's just as if they know. I wonder foolishly to myself, will this feeling ever go? And now the times are changing, but I still live in fear, hoping that tomorrow my luck will change and judgment will disappear. And this was written on October 6th of 2006. And my anxiety is not as bad as it was, as I said in the last video. It's not as bad as it was, but it comes up every now and again, and when it flares up, it's a real struggle, but I try to deal as best as I can with it. Let me see here. I'm winging this, you know. It's like I didn't randomly pick out pieces that I was going to do before I started and everything, and I'm not always the best reader. I get kind of nervous and I kind of jumble, you know. It's like I want to make eye contact, but yet I don't know these like by heart because there are so many of them. So I kind of you got to kind of bear with me here. Oh, here's one here. This was actually just recently because I write for the Bennett's Valley newspaper, and the Bennett's Valley News is, I mean, it's awesome. It's a Christian newspaper, and I actually haven't gotten to read this week's yet, but I always like to see where my poem falls. And my newest poem for this week is titled Humble Me, O Lord. Humble, oh humble me, Lord. I wish to be more like you, more forgiving, more loving, more understanding. May I someday see the world through your eyes, see the true beauty in people, see the goodness in things, and know how it feels to be at peace. There is no other way but through you, Lord. No other answer, no other reasoning. You are the gentle breeze whisking away my cares, giving me hope. I thank you for each day, and for every star in the night sky. Forever my heart is yours, O Lord, forever you are mine. And that was written April 23rd, 2012. And I just found one. This one's called Roxanne. I wrote this for my dog, obviously. Roxanne. Stealer of pillows, licker of faces, putting your nose in no-no places, bad breath and smiles, walking for miles, always such a joy. White tip tail and back, cold nose in front, lazily lying down with a big grunt. Busy, 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 always in motion, getting in trouble with every notion. Roxanne, my baby, pretty black lab, oh how I love you, even when you are bad. And this was written on February 3rd, 2012, and then it was finished up on the 4th of February. And of course, this is dedicated to Roxanne. I like to write about all different kinds of things, and for me, I think it's very important to write about, you know, like your pets and that. I think it just makes it more personal. It's like their own personal piece. And a friend that I actually go to visit down in the manor, her name is Mrs. Kopic. She's the one that got me writing for the Bennett's Valley paper in the first place. And she kept on saying, no, I want to see you write a piece about your dog and put in the paper. I want a piece about your dog. And I said, all right, fine. I'll write a piece about my dog and I'll put it in the paper. Well, I'd actually already, like I said, I already had this piece started. So then I came back and I finished it. And I don't think that that date is 100% accurate. But I know that it's close enough. And like I said, so I wrote the piece and I submitted it, and Margie, the woman that does with the paper and everything, she let me use it. So it's really nice, you know, to be able to do that. And I've already written a piece for next week. I know I'm kind of getting off topic, but I've already written a piece for next week called The Writer. And so I'm just... I write, like I said, each week I write a piece and I have to have it submitted by a certain time, and it's very trying at times, but I like going down around Mrs. Kopic because she is a great inspiration, and there's times she'll just say like one word and it'll just like click in my mind and the words will start. So it's a lot of fun, and it definitely keeps me on my toes, which is very, very important. But anyway, yeah, that's my true heart, and I'll probably come back, maybe I'll come back and do another reading some other time. You know, I actually had a friend, you know, that took to my video that I did here just last night there for my apologies, and she said that that was enough to sell her on the book, which I thought was fascinating, you know. And I mean, if this is a way to make sales, if this is fascinating to people, I'm glad that I can reach people this way, and it helps me to get out of my... and this is one thing, like years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this, even though I have been doing this for quite a while and everything, doing videos and stuff. But I mean, it just took an awful lot of guts the first time that I made a video. And this helps to get me out of my comfort zone and everything, so I like this. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to get going here. My Roxanne and everything, she was sick here last month, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. And, jeez, I thought somebody was behind me. But I took in, she was, like, shaking really bad, and I thought she was having, you know, like, seizures or whatever and everything. Or maybe even, like a mini stroke, and I was so scared, and I took her up. It was an emergency visit up to the vet, and she has Lyme's disease, so I have to give her medicine 3 times a day. And she's doing really good now. I mean, her last dosage should be here right on Mother's Day, so I said that's a Mother's Day gift to me, but her last dosage should be then. And so that's really good and everything. We're making really good headway on that and everything, but it's just the fact, you know, that's that. So I got to get that to her here around 2 o'clock, and then I can go out and start splitting wood again. But I just wanted to squeeze this in real quick. So I'll talk to everybody later. I hope that your weekend's going good so far. I love you guys. God bless. Mwah.